Now there is another important thing that should be said. Um, Perhaps as a summary for an issue that I was greatly occupied in the last couple of days. And since it was so dramatic for me and so impactful, naturally I've made a few, like, I would say, hastily assumptions or like half-baked conclusions that are natural. I mean, for a person that learns things that are of so importance to him personally and tries to deal with the situation. So I mean, as they say in Hebrew, I slept on it. Like, I mean, I took the time to think about it, and now, like, I evaluate situation in a better way. Of course, this concerns my personal situation. It changed nothing with regards to the problems of this world. I mean, the cruelty of the Israelis is I mean, it's horrible as ever, and it's worse than ever, and the consequences for the world at large are, I mean, you already know it since long ago. I mean, with their cruelty, they destroyed the earth, and the earth comply with their cruelty because they wanted to act like they want Israel to be their trash can, to put all the trash inside it, and so humanity is destroying itself. And this is not new, and I mean, nothing that I've learned in the last couple of days changed this. I mean, just to be clear, that, I mean, for practical, like, reasons, I mean, nothing changed. You should have run to Israel long ago to rescue me and my daughters from the Nazi prison. And you are punished severely in each day that you choose not to run to Israel, but instead to move your filthy mouths and tongues. Nothing changed from this perspective, which is the important perspective. But I've learned a few things that regards my personal life and, like, in my own nature. And I'm speaking about these issues, and I want to summarize one aspect of it that was, I mean, naturally, I mean, I was occupied with in the last couple of days. So let's be clear. I mean, my new discoveries are only, I mean, related to my own personal, like, nature and life, but it has no implications, like, on what you should do. And I mean, because the problem of this world, because this world is destroying itself, and the only way to possibly save something from this world is to run to Israel, to run, not metaphorically, no, run to Israel. Wherever you are in this earth, the only thing that you should do is to run to Israel. So now let's summarize again. Let's summarize a personal issue of myself, and it's the issue. It's two issues, related issues. First, and obviously, I mean, I was infected by the Israelis years ago. I don't know how many years, but years ago I was infected with a very serious disease that is probably not of earth. That was probably not, like, like, it was not. It's not like a microbe that was. I think that it's not. It has gone through evolution in Earth. I mean, I have reasons to believe that it's either synthesized on Earth or was brought here by cross contamination from another planet. But certainly it's well known to, like, the intelligence services of this world, and I was infected by the Israelis because, first of all, because they are Satan, the children of Satan, and they do everything they can to hurt me. And also, as presumably another proof that I had probably sexual like a relationship with, I mean, of some sort that can like, I mean, carry this disease. Now, another thing of this, as I said, of this world is that they, people didn't tell me about it, because I mean, I guess many knew, not only in Israel, because for, obviously for the intelligence service of this world, this is not a new, this is a known disease. Like, they deal with it for some time now. It's not a new discovery. It's not known in the public, but obviously, I mean, there are many, like a lot of evidence that shows that the intelligence services of this world, know about the disease. And you didn't tell me that I have it. And I already understood about it like in the last couple of days, and I mean, I'm under torture here. You hear the drilling sound even on this video, and I'm alone and under arrest, and so I of course I try to think like how can we actually cure this. I mean obviously, I mean, what could a person, I mean, any person do that learns about like a disease that is inflicted in. So I mean, it tries to cure it. Now, it should be stated that this is not the same disease as another disease that I was infected with in the last couple of days in this house by one of the people that live here. And this disease, the new one, and its implication on this world are the subject of the last 6 videos that I titled the Hanging. I just published, I mean, in the last 24 hours, 6 videos, shorts and like videos in YouTube. This is another disease that I was inflicted with. Just another brick in the wall with tremendous implication on all of you. But I do not refer now the subject of this video is not this new disease, but the disease that I was infected with years ago, and I discovered like a couple of days ago that this is actually the case, using microscopic work and re-evaluation of all the microscopic evidence. So, regarding the old disease, the disease that occupied me in the last couple of days, that was shown in the microscopic sample. Of course, I thought to myself, okay, I need to be cured, and I cannot go to the doctor because doctors knew about it. Like, it's shown like in every like laboratory test that you take, and I've taken many during the last couple of years and all over my life, like any normal person, like in a developed country. And of course, no one told me about it because it was, I mean, the doctors, of course, I mean, they're part of the system. So I decided I have to deal with it. I mean, and so naturally, I mean, what was more like, I mean, the natural way for me was to, as you understand, to think like, okay, I need to use my own body, like, to eliminate it. Like, I mean, again, like, Homo sapiens use their white bloods. I mean, they don't do it consciously, but I mean, the white blood cells of the body deal with diseases, with intruders. So I have the neurons in my body. So, I mean, I thought, okay, maybe we can enlarge the number of neurons in my body, because we've seen that they can multiply outside the body, and this was a major topic in this YouTube channel for several months now. So I thought, okay, maybe for the first time, I thought maybe we should multiply them inside my body. Like, of course, they can do it by their own volition. They do it like all the time. It's a part of the natural like state of my body. But maybe I need to like to tell them to do it like explicitly, so they can cure this disease. Now this was like, I mean, it was a natural like course of thinking, but it's kind of like it's a misguided one, and I'll tell you why. I mean, it's not terribly misguided, but this is not it's not the correct solution to the problem. Because I mean, the body is not stupid. Your body and also my body. these are not stupid machines, and the neurons can multiply. I mean, they do it all the time. So I mean, you shouldn't you need to tell them to multiply. Anyway, I did, and we've seen like very evidently both by saliva and pee samples that they indeed multiplied tremendously in my body, and we have seen some kind of recession or receding or I mean, reduction of the level of like the disease. And again, I'm speaking about the old one, not something new that I was infected in the last couple of days. So we've seen it in the microscopic, in several like consecutive microscopic like samples that I've posted in this channel. Maybe because of the multiplication of the neurons in the body, or maybe because of a direct command that I gave them to eliminate this disease. So presumably these are good news from my perspective. And naturally we can conduct more microscopic samples during the next days to see how it goes, like what's the trend. But after but I mean, it was so hectic time, so and I didn't sleep for a couple of days, and because of these reasons, and other like mental pressure, and also other reasons like the torture that I'm subjected to here. But now I've had like a couple of hours sleep, and I thought about it a little more, and the whole I mean, this whole like line of thought was misguided. I mean, it was natural from my perspective, but it's like in the grand scheme of events, this is misguided. Obviously, the Israelis did not infect me with the disease only once. This is ongoing. It's probably something that I always infect myself by just drinking. I don't know, maybe it's in the water, maybe it's some kind of a food. You should remember that I'm always surrounded by Shabbatniks all my life, wherever I am. And they always can do that. I mean, they have like free access to whatever they want. And I'm a prisoner, always. Wherever I am, I'm a prisoner of the Israeli scumbags. And probably, I mean, for many years, I mean, the people, people from the garden, like from the people that are around me, kept infecting me with the disease. Probably, maybe even on a daily basis without my knowledge. This is the only possible explanation, because otherwise, the news already have gotten rid of this. That's what they do. It's like white blood cells. That's what I mean. It's white. I mean, the news are much more sophisticated. Presumably, they can terraform planets. Okay, white blood cells humans cannot terraform planets. Okay, they can create gold rings. Okay, they can do a lot of stuff, but one of the basic things that not in a way that it's simple, but in a way that it's one of the first orders, the primary objectives, primary directives of the neurons is to cure my body from diseases, from intruders, intruding my microbial life forms. That's what it's the basic thing that they do. And of course they can do it, because otherwise I would have died long ago. So they fight it. I mean, for years now, they fight it inside my body. And the reason why they do not get rid of it is because I'm always infected, again and again and again and again. That's the only possible explanation to the phenomena, to the empirical evidence. There is no other explanation. So, if I want to get rid of this disease, the correct course of action is not to amplify the number of neurons in my body, or to tell them, stop doing whatever you do and just kill this disease, specific disease. No, that's not the correct course of action, because they know what's the optimal number of neurons in my body. That's part of the nature is to multiply and to keep a balance in my body. It's one of the basic characteristics of my body, that it keeps some kind of an approximate number or density of the neurons, and of course with varying sizes, as we know, because they, unlike white blood cells, they vary tremendously in their size even inside my body. So that's what they do, and you don't need to tell them, fight the disease, because that's what they do, they fight diseases. Of course, they do it, and they know. I mean, like, to what kind of how much of their energy or assets or efforts should be directed to this, and what should be directed to other functions of the body that are also necessary and are also done by the neurons, the bots. They don't need these orders. I mean, yes, you can order them to do it, like you can order them to do many things, but this is not the correct course of action for the purpose of curing myself from the disease. The correct course of action for curing myself from this disease is to escape from this hell, to live in a place where the people around me will not infect me with horrible diseases on a daily basis. This is the correct course of action, not amplifying the number of neurons or making them larger or telling them to do this thing or another, but to escape from hell, to live in a place where the people around me will not infect me with this disease on a daily basis. This is the correct course of action, and of course, it's very depressing because it's something that I want so dearly for many years, and I was thinking about it on a daily basis for many years. So, I mean, it's got no practical conclusion for me. So it's depressing because, of course, you always want if you discover very negative things, like the fact that you were infected with a horrible disease. It's not nice to you try to search for a practical course of action, but there is no new practical course of action. The only practical course of action is not new at all, and I speak about it every day. I need to be rescued from this prison. I need to live in a place where the people around me will not infect me with horrible diseases all the time. Please, God, rescue me and my daughters from this hell. Please.